Next up, we got another good one. Another one that's going to be crucial for the playoff race, the SEC championship race, even though it's pretty much a wrap between Florida and Alabama. It's not official yet, even though I thought it was. I made a video, my post game against Kentucky this weekend. I put that Florida had won the East because I don't know where I heard that. I obviously got my information wrong. And when I thought back about it, I was like, wait, Florida does have 2 games left and Alabama does have 2, and all Florida needs to do is lose 2 games and then Georgia win out, and then Georgia still gets that spot. So I don't know what I was thinking in that game, because I was coming out after that post game and when I was talking about like, oh, Florida has gone out and they've officially won the East. They will play Alabama in the SEC championship. I apologize for that, Florida fans and all SEC fans, because I obviously got my information wrong on that one. But Florida goes on to play in Tennessee this weekend. This is another trap game. Even though Tennessee has been playing a lot weaker this season, they are a team that had a lot of high hopes going into this game. They were ranked early on in the season. They've kind of taken a step back. They're 2-5 this season, but Tennessee, especially that this game is in Tennessee and it's a rivalry game, Tennessee and Florida don't like each other. I had this game as being, this was supposed to be played really early on in the season. At the beginning with the regular schedule, I had this as a potential trap game for Florida, 100%. And I think it still is, even though that the record doesn't show it. Florida's 7-1 and Tennessee is 2-5. Speaking of Florida fans, if you are a Florida fan, listen up, because I have just dropped a bunch of new Gator merch, because I designed this new logo all myself, this Gator head logo. I put a lot of time and effort into making this. So Gator fans, if you want to help me and support this channel and have something unique, some new unique Florida Gators shirts. I have shirts with just, and hoodies with just the logo on it. I have some that say "We want Bama" for when they make the SEC championship, because they are going to, in my opinion. I have the "East is Ours" shirt, and then I also have the "Kyle for Heisman," don't care which one. So definitely do not be afraid to take advantage of those right now. Shirts are only $15, hoodies are $30. I don't want to run up the price for you guys on this channel. Like, we got our own merch, and then I make some other like sports merch. I much prefer selling the items and seeing people wear it than running up the price and like making profit for myself. I take pride in people liking my designs and wanting to wear them. So I think that's what it's more about for me. That's why I only have these at $15. I don't want to, obviously I need to cover the production costs and everything and cover the cost of running the store, but I don't want to rip you guys off. So these are really good, high quality shirts, only $15. I just want to put out my designs and see you guys wear them. So definitely do not be afraid. Go hit the link in the description right now to get those. Back to Florida, Tennessee. What can I say about Florida? That team offensively is absolutely insane. They get Kyle Pitts back last week against Kentucky, and he scores 3 touchdowns against Kentucky's defense. Holy, he is a good player. That's why I made that Kyle for Heisman shirt and said don't care which one, because yes, Kyle Trask is amazing. Yes, he's thrown 34 touchdowns and 3 interceptions this season. But you have to look at the tight end for Florida as well, because he is just as good as Kyle Trask. Like, those two Kyles are absolutely insane. Kyle Pitts is definitely going to go up there in the draft. I think that he's a lock in. I think he definitely needs to be a top 10 pick. I have a team like the Carolina Panthers circled all over him, because they're a team that is in need of a tight end. This isn't your average tight end. This isn't a guy who's going to go out there and just block constantly and maybe pick up some big crucial third down plays. This is going to be a go-to receiver for your team. Like, I'm dead serious. That's how good Kyle Pitts is. He's going to be a go-to receiver for your team. He's going to be like a George Kittle, Travis Kelce, something like that. Although I do see Pitts as being more of an athletic tight end than those guys. In the fact of receiving wise, he's going to go out there and he's going to run seams down the middle. He's going to go out there and make some athletic plays. Kyle Pitts is a guy that I absolutely love watching. And if he goes to the Panthers, I'm a bit of a Panthers fan. I think I might need a score of Kyle Pitts jersey, because he is really good. Kyle Trask, on the other hand, I touched on it. 34 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You're going up against a quarterback in Garantano who's thrown 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. You see a bit of a gap there. That just separates the elite SEC teams from the not elite SEC teams. The teams like Alabama, whose quarterbacks are throwing, like, I think Mac Jones is at 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions or something like that. The touchdown to interception ratio really shows where you're at as a team this year in the SEC, and it shows Tennessee is 2-4. Their touchdown and interception ratio for their starting quarterback is 6-4. Kyle Trask is 34-3, leading college football in touchdowns this season. Kyle Trask is going to win the Heisman for a reason. I've already made my prediction. I made a video on if I think Kyle Trask will win the Heisman, and I do think he will still, unless something really bad happens, or unless Mac Jones or Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. I don't even think Justin Fields can win it due to the lack of games this season. But maybe Zach Wilson, BYU's quarterback, if something crazy happens, like they go out there and throw a 10-touchdown game, even though that's literally impossible, maybe you could see something happen. But in my opinion, Kyle Trask is a lock for the Heisman right now. Pierce has had some good games rushing-wise for Florida. I've talked about the receivers for Florida. Kyle Pitts I touched on a lot. He's already had 11 touchdowns this season. But the big wide receiver, the big athletic wide receiver for Florida is TDSTOHRS. He's an athlete. He's going to make you miss. You saw him run the pump back against a team in Kentucky this weekend. I watched that game. Florida was playing really well, even defensively. Defensively is something that I think really impressed me for Florida because they were able to take the ball away from Kentucky a ton. And Kentucky and Tennessee, in my opinion, are two teams that are very similar, where the defense is, I don't know. Can I say that Tennessee's defense is better than their offense? I don't think I really can, because I think that it's a weakness on both sides of the ball for that team. But what I'm trying to say here is Tennessee's offense is very, very weak. Garantano throws a lot of picks. This Tennessee team in a total throws a lot of picks. If Florida's able to take advantage of that like they were able to against Kentucky, that's going to look really good to the playoff committee. And maybe coming down, in my opinion, Florida wins out. They're in the playoff. If they lose to Alabama in the SEC championship, it's going to be really hard to put a 2-loss team over, let's say, a 1-loss Texas A&M or an undefeated group of 5 team or a 1-loss ACC 2 team. It's going to be really tough. So if Florida wins out, in my opinion, they're in. If they lose one game, I think they're out, sadly, but they are going to make a New Year's Six Bowl, in my opinion. I know it's not what Florida fans are expecting, but hey, I'm a South Carolina fan. If I make a New Year's Six Bowl, I'm happy, but obviously that's not the expectation for Florida. Tennessee's struggled this season. I've said it all year long. They are not what they expected to be this season. Had lots of problems offensively. Defensively, they've been letting up 31 points a game. Offensively, they've only been scoring 20 points a game. When you're going up against a team in Florida that averages 43.4 points a game, you're going to need to put up some points offensively in this game. You're going to have to hit Palmer for some big plays down the field. You're going to have to get Eric Gray going in the rushing game. I just don't see, even though I do have this as a trap game, even though I said that it's in Knoxville, I'm feeling pretty decent that Tennessee could go up and make this a decent fight. I don't think that'll be enough. I've had this game close in the first half. Expect it to be somewhat of like what the Kentucky game was a week ago, where first quarter and everything, Kentucky was able to keep it close against Florida, but then you had the Kyle-to-Kyle connection show up. You had just plays and special teams with Kadarius Toney show up. The defense showed up for Florida. I have the Gators in this one, and I have them winning by a pretty big margin in the second half of the game. So give me the Gators 100% in this one.